They took away my right to be able to carry a gun, which, again, I'm trained. I would hope that if I was in a mall, in the family or whatever, that there was somebody there like me trained to carry a gun to help. You see what's going on in this world today. Somebody like me is not going to be a bad person. They took that away from me to help other people. And I'm not a hero, and I don't try to be, but my training is just like you saw in Dallas or wherever you see. Firemen don't run away from fires. Cops don't run away from gunfire. They took that away from me.
While the debate around gun control in America is often focused on a private citizen's right to own and carry, retired Jersey City Police Department officer Kevin Hanley has been fighting his former employer to get back his privately owned guns for over a year. Speaking with Real Jersey City, Hanley explained how the predicament started when his guns were taken for safekeeping following a September 2013 encounter in the Marion Gardens public housing complex.
It's just basically a routine walk through the Marion housing projects, which I did on a regular basis, and it was basically one of the wrong places at the wrong time. I walked in, there was a guy in the hallway there. I scared him as much as he scared me, and the next thing I know, he turned around, he had a weapon. We fought over the weapon, he fired, and thank God he missed, and it was just a brief struggle, but he threw me to the ground, and when I rolled over, he either went up the stairs into the building or out the door, and I never even really got a good look at him. It happened so fast.
According to Hanley, he was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder after the Marion Gardens encounter, forcing him into early retirement. On top of the stress the incident caused him, he felt like he had no support during a time he described as one of the worst parts of his life, including from the JCPD.
Incident was probably one of the worst parts of my life. You would think that would be easier, but the stress and the not knowing was torturous to me, because I went to work one day, I got into an incident which is expected, it may never happen, but it did to me. But ever since I did, I went into my job, everything went downhill since then. They just turned my life upside down with the not knowing. I was distressed, I've lost weight, I wasn't eating. Then people were accusing me of being a drug addict because of the weight loss, because I was so stressed that nobody helped me in any area of my life or where my direction was going, what was going to happen. I went to, like I said, woke up one morning, came home that night, and I had no direction in my life whatsoever and no help from the police department or anybody.
According to documents provided by Hanley, on October 1st, 2014, he was cleared by a doctor to carry a firearm, but despite that fact, the city hasn't returned his guns. Communications between city officials and Hanley detail him asking to have his guns returned multiple times, but the only meaningful response he received were requests to fill out more paperwork, especially related to his firearms identification card, which was also seized by the city in addition to the guns. Hanley also claimed that even if the guns weren't returned, and as of now he believes they're improperly seized, they still have monetary value which he should be reimbursed for.
The financial, I have an AR-15, which is the big weapon that people talk about this day, but it's not an assault weapon. It's a one-time pull trigger just like any other gun. And that was over $2,000. And I have 4 handguns, and I'm not a big gun enthusiast, but when I started, we were only allowed to carry 9mm, and then they switched up to 45, so I have 4 handguns. And altogether, probably over $5,000 in that, as far as cash is concerned.
T.J. Macer, policy director of the New Jersey Second Amendment Society, told Real Jersey City that Hanley's case highlights the kind of things that happen because of New Jersey's outdated gun laws. We use a paper system from the 1960s that's in sore need of an update. Our laws need to utilize the technological advancements made in the past 50 years. Finally, Hanley spoke about the emotional toll that the ordeal has taken on him.
First of all, I'm just a man, and I will protect my family no matter what, but the city asked me to do things that put my family in jeopardy too, and they just took everything away from me, my ability to protect them, as far as, my hands and what I'm trained to do. And that was the most torturous of it all, is they weakened me. I mean, it's hard to put it into words. They took my manhood away, it felt like. It was, I hold it together all the time. I deal with the situation, I have to do that, but when you're talking about your family, it starts to make you think differently,
Jersey City spokesperson Jennifer Morrill declined to respond to an email seeking comment on this story. I'm Michael Shuren with Real Jersey City, the talk of the town.